Good morning, YouTube. Hope everyone is doing well. Coming to you from the garage. Saturday is here. It is a max lift test Saturday. So woke up 192.4, which is a pound heavier than yesterday, which is kind of crazy because yesterday was our carb up day for this, where I'm normally low carb, and then yesterday we carved up. So for first meal we had whey protein and a pack of oatmeal. Then for lunch we had bison and rice. Afternoon snack we had 3 Captain Crunch cereal bars with a scoop of whey. And then our dinner / pre-bed meal, we had a double meat Whataburger, a chicken sandwich, a fry, and a vanilla shake with a sweet tea. And I only woke up a pound heavier. That was unexpected. I did feel like my metabolism was higher yesterday, and honestly, the first thing I woke up, first thing I thought when I woke up this morning was, man, I'm really hungry. So I guess the metabolism's up right now, but good problems, I guess. So at least I didn't want there to be any excuse that, I didn't eat enough yesterday. So like I said, max lift test day. We bombed out last month when we did this. The goal is to beat that today. The bar is incredibly low, so hopefully we can. I've already was walking a lap around the neighborhood to kind of get woken up, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, we've had the best probably 3 weeks of training that I've had at least in a year before this. So I was like, at least we can say that, but I really don't want that to be what I have to fall back on. So I'd rather see some improvement on the bar. So, yeah, I don't know if there's anything left to say other than ain't nothing left to do but to do it, so to speak. So, you know the drill. We're going to get warmed up, drink the pre-workout, see what we can get. So let's get going.
All right, YouTube, the time is here. Once again, we've got a max effort lift test day. We've got the crappy pop punk playlist on. We've got the Vans tied tight. We've got the obnoxious amount of pre-workout in the system. It's time to see what we got after this last 4 weeks of training. So anyone new to the channel, I am currently trying to work my way back to hitting a 280-pound squat, a 225 bench, a 365 deadlift in the garage gym, and you'll see this go round. We're also doing some overhead press. Didn't do that last time, but hopefully going to hit 135. That's the goal for the overhead press. I don't have high expectations for the overhead press. It's just something fun to do. Let's talk warm up. We started with just some joint work, shoulders, low back, hips, and knees. 3 rounds on that. And then we got into a more targeted warm up for the squats, for the hips and knees, some actual joint mobilization, some hip thrusts to get the glutes warmed up. And I did some calf stretch and all that stuff, and we were ready to go. Plan was to go straight singles all the way through to the top set. And remember, last time we tested this, I would classify it as a bad day. It was just a straight bomb out. We only hit a 240 squat, a 180 bench, a 335 deadlift, and a 105 OHP, and those were all super iffy lifts and not very good themselves. So that was my goal. I felt like we had a much better prep this go round. Woke up a little bit heavier, all that kind of stuff. So I am at least very proud of the preparation, if nothing else. So we went 45, 95, 135, 185, and then I made the jump to 225. Just normally I would do like a 205, but decided, hey, let's just get into 225 and see what we could do. When we hit the 225 rep here, I was like, okay, that did not feel as good as I had hoped. We need to pick our next weight very carefully. So the goal was to go 255. That was the best that we've done so far. we we got the rep, but then when I looked at the weight, I forgot to put the 5 pounds on there, so it was actually only 250. I didn't load the bar correctly, so it moved pretty slow, as you saw. So decided, I was like, you know what, let's just see how 265 felt, and I didn't even try it. I knew that wasn't in the tank, but we got 255 or 250, which was 10 pounds more than the last time, so I'm okay with that. Then it was on to bench. The goal here was honestly just to win the mental battle of getting something heavier off my chest. I've decided if I only take this 5 pounds at a time, I am fine with that. It might take me a year to get back to 225, but I'm going to take it low and slow. So last time we did hit the 180 bench, then I couldn't get 190 off my chest, just having a mental block with getting hurt again. So, and then last time we hit 180. So we worked up to 185 today. It moved super slow, but we got it up, and that was the mental win. So I was actually feeling pretty good so far. Then it was on to deadlifts. I thought when I pulled 135, I was like, all right, today will probably be a solid deadlift day. 135 felt fine. 225 felt fine. Kind of what I battle with deadlifts is my hamstrings feeling super tight, so getting down to the bar gets a little bit tough, but everything felt fine today. 275 I thought moved super fast, and then for whatever reason when we got to 315, it definitely slowed down speed-wise. Short version is it took about 10 minutes before I got to pull this 335, but I was pleased with the 335, and we called that kind of a win in my book. From there, we decided to throw 355 on there. Couldn't pull it, but it was all right. On to overhead press. And keep in mind, all this took about 2 hours. My first single was about 4:35, and we ended about, I think it was 6:37 on the clock. So I was pleased with the way I moved. So OHP, like I said, the goal was 135. Small jumps. It doesn't take too long to get to my working weight. We went 45, 65, 95, 115. And after I hit the 115, I was like, all right, we already got money in the bank from over last time. And then I threw 125 on there, and we got it. So I'm only 10 pounds away from what my original goal was on the overhead press. And that was it for today. All right, YouTube. Call me crazy, but I'm actually encouraged after that lift session this morning. We didn't set any PRs, but we did match our current best. The way that it, it's making sense in my brain is that last month was such a bad session where we missed everything, didn't even come close to lifting our previous best, that to rebound and then match those numbers, is something to be proud of. And I went for a walk after the session, and that's what I was thinking about, that I was actually encouraged. I felt more motivated afterwards, that I was making progress and all that kind of stuff, and then wound up falling back asleep once I went inside, and woke up, and I'm still feeling that way. So yeah. Now the question is, where do we go from here? So I think, one, add weight to our training maxes. I'm going to redo the numbers, add 10 pounds to my training numbers for the 531 program. So I think we did good enough to do that, and just keep going. Might make some tweaks to the diet. I think I have kind of realized that, hey, I'm gonna have to get a little bit more carbs. I don't feel like I'm fueling my body well enough with my current macro layout and all that kind of stuff. So I've got some ideas for that. But yeah, pretty good day. The only lift I'm remotely disappointed in was the squat. I misloaded the bar. I was gonna go 255, wound up being 250, and so that one didn't feel as good as I wanted. I thought on my way up through the singles, I was feeling pretty good. 185, I was like, okay, that moves pretty good. And 225 felt a little heavier than I was, expecting. And then, but it is what it is. So I'm not sure if I'm going to readjust the squat program or make anything there. I'll figure that one out. But yeah, overall, the thing I'm most proud of is when I went to attempt the heavier weights. I don't really speak about it much, but I get a lot of anxiety in my brain about it. I wonder like, oh, can I even get this? Is my body gonna hold together? Did I train hard enough to get this weight? How's it gonna feel? Blah 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 blah. But my mindset about taking those, heavier reps was much better today. It was like I wanted to find out. So, and I think that's a key point to lifting more weight is just the mindset that you have to have about it, because you definitely can't be scared, I don't think, as I've shown with the bench issues that we've had. But yeah, kind of pleased overall. About to head to town, check on the store, make sure they're good. That post lift nap kind of put me about an hour behind, but it's all right. So yeah, not much to say other than that. I'm really pleased with where we're at. Really pleased with this last 3 weeks of training. I liked the process for this week as far as kind of the deload, mixing up the training and just getting primed for today. I think I did a much better job of that with the carbs from yesterday, all that kind of stuff. So all I can really say is I'm looking to keep pushing from here, find new levels. We got to get through this plateau. I really want to hit a 275 squat. Really would like to get bench to 200 next, and keep going. So we're not that far off. So we wound up hitting 250 squat, 345 deadlift, overhead press was 125, and the bench was 185. Bench aside with the shoulder and pec issues, we're not that far away. Squat, the best I've hit in the garage was 280, deadlift 365, and bench was 225, I believe. So the squat and the deadlift were really not that far away. So I think if I can really find a way to break through that wall, we'll get there soon. So that's what's on my mind, and I want to get there. So kind of what I talked about before, we're gonna several times. All right, we did it. We're gonna reanalyze, figure out what we need to do better on, and then just keep pushing. So that's the plan. So we're gonna wrap that. I'm gonna head to town, then come back home, do what I need to do around the house, take care of that, and enjoy this Saturday. So I appreciate everyone watching, tuning in, the comments. It's pretty cool. So hopefully bust through those numbers soon. So that being said, hope you get 1% better. I hope you're doing well. Hope you get some small wins today, and I will see you next time.